All right, in today's MBS Whiteboard Talk, we're going to talk about deloads. The first thing that we want to talk about when talking about deloads is stress. Now, stress is really easy to conceptualize. Just think of every time that a stress is placed upon your body, you're digging a little bit more of a hole into the ground. So more stress, the hole gets a little bit deeper. More stress, hole gets a little bit deeper, okay? Now, the goal is to, as stress is being placed upon your body and that hole is getting deeper, you're also filling it up back up faster, okay? The bigger the hole, the harder it is for your body to recover and to repair, and so on and so forth. So right here, we can see the stress adaptation response, in which this is our current fitness level. We place stress upon it, that causes fatigue, then adaptation and compensation, eventually super compensation, and a higher level of fitness. So what causes stress? Well, lots of things. Obviously, our training causes stress as we're placing a stressful training load on our body. But other things like work, money, family can all cause stress as well. And while our body doesn't necessarily respond the same to the different types of stresses, all stresses have some type of physiological consequences. So in our training, what we're trying to do is create some type of stress, some type of stimulus that's going to cause fatigue, then compensation, then super compensation before we stress the body again. And over this process, we continue to raise our levels of fitness. However, during periods of high stress, either planned, like during a period of overreaching or peaking, or unplanned due to some type of high-level stress event in life, we could be stimulating and causing stress to our body prior to our body's ability to fully compensate or even super compensate. So basically, we are digging a hole faster than we can fill that hole back up. All right, so there are three kind of ideal times in which we would deload. During a period of overreaching, where we're purposely trying to cause overstress and overstimulation in our training, and then take a long enough period off so that we can have that super compensation. During periods of peaking, where we're trying to constantly stress, and then peak for a certain event, take some time off to allow the body to fully recover so that we can compete at our highest. These are very similar. Or during periods where we're overstressed, and this would be outside factors affecting our training. These are both planned in our training. This is not planned. So these are the three periods in which I suggest some type of deload. What can you do? Well, several. You can lower your intensity. Basically keep the training the same, just lower the intensity, lower the weight being used a bit. You can lower the volume, keep the weight high, but lower the total amount of work being done at those heavier sets. You can lower the frequency. Maybe you train 5 days a week. You can go from 5 to 3. Maybe you have 4 squat sessions or 3 squat sessions a week. Maybe pull it back down to kind of 1 or 2. Or you can just have time off. Maybe you take a day off, you're just feeling beat up, you may just need this day. 3 days, a lot of times I'll tell people if they're just feeling totally beat to crap, just take 3 days off, come back in, pick it up where you left off. Or maybe you have an entire week off, like a vacation. And for this, maybe you could plan some overreaching into your programming, knowing that you have an entire week off of vacation. I will say this though, for the vast majority of people not competing at a very high level, and whether it may be powerlifting, strongman, bodybuilding, and even a lot of folks who do compete in those, I've found that most of them don't need deloads. They don't really ever train to a point or in a way that's causing extreme amounts of overstress to the body. What usually I find is their issue is that they under-recover. It's not so much that they need to focus on taking time off or deloading, but more so that they need to place more focus on their recovery. So 3 areas that they could hit on would be nutrition, optimizing their nutritional strategies so that they're not putting themselves deeper in the hole by not replenishing their nutrients or not providing themselves with the energy needed to actually do the work. Sleep. A lot of people have sleep issues, whether it be lack of sleep or just lack of quality of sleep. Making sure you get plenty of sleep can go a long way in ensuring that you're recovering from all the serious training you're doing. And finally, stress management. Again, this is just one of the many stressors that we do in the weight room. We have all these other stresses in life that constantly kind of take its toll on us. So having the ability to manage that stress and manage the stress in here can go a long way in ensuring that you can continually train without ever having to take, you know, an extended amount of time off. So there you have it, a little bit of information on deloads. Stay tuned for more information from MBS Fitness Whiteboard Talks.